experience being mixed race has actually been quite positive. There's a whole other discussion to have about the differences in different races that people have with their mixes. So for example, I'm half Malay, half English. Growing up half Malay, half English in Malaysia particularly, I wouldn't say it was particularly negative. For some reason, there's still some sort of like mindset that they kind of look up to the white man, so to speak. To this day, I still think it kind of exists there, because even if you look at all the media and all the big stars in Malaysia, they're all kind of either fair-skinned or mixed in one way or another. So in that sense, my experience has been quite positive. I was looked on quite favourably by my peers usually. Obviously, there were some instances of casual racism. I remember when I was like at school, in primary school, one of my teachers was scolding me, and she called me Anak Mat Saleh, which means white man's son. And she was basically telling me that this is not how we behave in Malaysia, like you might get away with it in the white man's country, so to speak. But they were very few and far in between. I mean, they don't really affect me negatively. The only one maybe negative aspect of it is that sense of not fully belonging in either culture that I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to. It just comes from inside of you, because you look from one side and you look at the other side and you're like, where do I belong in this whole scheme of things? I kind of have something common with them, I have something common with them, but it's not one full cohesive unit. It's a bit of like one foot in the door, which is quite a common expression with mixed race people. And to this day, I still think about it, and to some extent still feel it, that you're never going to truly belong in each side. But at the same time, there's a whole community of mixed people that can relate to that feeling, so you kind of belong with them. I mean, I just think it's a human trait to try and find someone or find somewhere to belong to.